We all know Squid Game took the world by storm in seasons 1 and 2. But with the third season on the way, I'm going to build the expected games and simulate what could happen in this upcoming season, all in LEGO. And trust me, the final result is worth watching. Before building any games, we actually have to build the players for the games. My original idea was to use these LEGO green soccer torsos because they look similar to the design of the suits from the show. But I only had so many, which wouldn't work. Now, I do have a big problem. You see, I ordered parts for the LEGO minifigures from lego.com a month ago. And apparently, not any of my red minifigure parts came through with my order. And I got the wrong color green. That's $25 down the drain, but we're gonna have to work with it. My plan for these minifigures now is to paint on the design to give them more detail. So, that's what I did. I tried my best to get the perfect angles since I do have a lot of experience on my channel, if I do say so myself. Here's Gi-hun, also known as Player 456, the main character of the show. Next, Dae-ho. My boy has some military experience and is actually the one who cooked in Dalgona in Season 2. Hyunju also has military experience, he or she is in LEGO. Here's young Zik and his mom, Gyomja.
Sorry if I say the names wrong.
They're the kind ones in the show, so it's nice to see them in LEGO. Now time for a speed round. By the way, sorry if I say these names wrong, I'm the type of guy who watches the dub version of the show. So here's Junhee, Namju, Myungji, and Seonneo. I've already made the guards in the stream we need in a while back, same as the frontman, so here they are in LEGO form. With all that painting done, let's start building and figuring out what these games will actually be. The symbols on the wall gives us an understanding on what the next games could be. However, this one is so different. The first game in Season 3 people predict is the old childhood game Jack and Jill. But with the ending scenes in Season 2 and upcoming posters for the third season, the scenery doesn't line up with the Jack and Jill game we all know and love. But what it can be is Dong Dong Dongdaemun. So let's build a large scale for this concept. When I'm building, I'll tell you how to play this for the people who don't know. Players are selected as the gatekeepers, however in this case, both of these dolls that we see in the new poster are the gatekeepers. They hold both of their hands to form an arch so the players can pass under it. Then the players start to sing a song as they pass through the gate one by one in a row. When the song ends, the gates are closed as the gatekeepers lower their hands and catch the child who was passing through the gate. Then the railroad crossing sign turns red, signaling that the players that lost get eliminated by the train. Speaking of trains, this LEGO one I made turned out perfect, especially being the first LEGO train I've ever made. I went with a pink color scheme to contrast the set. You also don't see much grass in the Squid Game games, so I decided to add a little bit of it to this mock, with some bushes and small trees. One final thing I need to add are the dolls, so here are some custom ones I made to put on each side of the railroad track. This mock is a great start to these games, but it will only get better from here, trust me. We can move to our next game, which is human chess. If you don't know how to play chess, you must have lived under a rock your entire life. Basically, chess is a board game that requires strategy played between two players where each controls an army of 16 pieces, including a king, queen, rooks, knights, bishops, and pawns. The goal is to checkmate the opponent's king, placing it under attack with no way to escape. In Squid Games though, I think two chosen leaders will move the chess pieces or other players in this case. The players will choose their own number, kind of like in Glass Bridge. So then they choose their own fate. So at the end of playing, the losing team gets eliminated, same as their leader. With all that explained, it's time to make the chess set itself. Most of the pieces I'll use are from this LEGO Harry Potter chess set, which was slowly disintegrating over time because I took pieces from it for other projects. I also speedrun to the world's largest mall of America to go to its LEGO store, where I picked up some black pieces. First I started by grabbing this massive base plate. 48 by 48 studs to be exact, and I actually did a little bit of off-camera building, also adding an outline for the set, so I know where to put the pieces, because sometimes your boy forgets and looks like a complete. Anyways, just like any human being, I filled the middle up with random bricks to make it strong, added plates on the top to make it secure. But now, how do the players get up there? They can't just fly. So I built the same design of stairs on every side to give it that Squid Game odd duplicate feeling that you sometimes see in their hallway. I built the walls with black bricks that finishes off the chess set sides. I decided to add plates by the edges to give it a bit more depth on the top. I took the tiles off of the Harry Potter set and copy and pasted them onto this fake LEGO base plate. Since the LEGO ones are the reason why I'm in debt, which after that slid the base plate into its spot, which finishes off the set. Now get our players and guards into its place. Sadly, I don't have 32 players since again, LEGO is expensive as crap. Sure, the game is kind of lame, but it will most likely become a really big part in this upcoming season, eliminating half the players just like in Marbles. The last game everybody's been hyped about is Monkey Bars, which isn't really a game if you think about it. It's more of a playground essential. Well anyways, this game is pretty straightforward. Just cross the monkey bars to the other side without falling, kind of like Glass Bridge. I started by getting 2 base plates, then covered it into black plates. The black plates that I placed on the base plate were actually really dirty, so I cleaned them off by using my brother's toothbrush. Don't tell him that. Next, I put these parts of the building together to get the first tower. When doing that, I added red, blue, and green plates in between the parts to make it more colorful. With the first tower done, I wanted the second one to have a play feature. Instead of using stairs, I built this elevator contraption kind of like from Tug of War. I tried to put a lot of detail into the elevator so it didn't look so boring. I used a firefighter hose holder, man that's kind of weird to say, for this to actually work. It's just sometimes it doesn't work when you want it to. But wait, we almost forgot the main thing in the game, the monkey bars itself. Instead of using bar pieces, I used 1x6 plates instead and just put an invisible stud for the players to hold on to. Now just copy that concept over and over and you have your monkey bars. Some small things I added was a couple of blood petals at the bottom since we all know how violent the show gets, guards standing at the bottom ready to clean up when the game's over, and of course the players trying to get to the other side. Though I don't think we're going to get this far into the show. Remember Gi Hun and his friends are trying to stop the games? Well, I think they successfully do that before this game actually exists. Sure, it's on the wall, but that doesn't mean the game is going to happen. With now all the games and characters built, I could finally touch dead grass and impatiently wait to see if I'm right. Anyways, if you joined me suffering, check out these videos here that YouTube recommends you watching. Thank you and enjoy the rest of your day.